All right, so we've been working with means and medians, and you know the definition of mean and median, and you know how to calculate those quantities by hand. And it's not hard to calculate mean and median by hand, at least with relatively small data sets, but sometimes we have a large data set, and then finding the mean and median can be tedious. So I wanted to talk you through several different ways that we can find means and medians easily using technology. Okay, so I'm going to talk through four different ways of doing it. Okay, I'm going to talk about the TI calculator. I'm going to talk about using the Desmos app online. I'm going to talk about using a spreadsheet. And I'm going to talk about using a Rossmann chance descriptive statistics app online. So hopefully you have access to at least one of these, certainly, and hopefully more than one of these. These are just really good ways of accessing mean and median and calculating them quickly using technology. Okay, so let's start with the calculator. But first, let's make up a data set. Okay. Let's just write down some numbers. I'm just thinking these off the top of my head. 12, 42, 16, 25, 37, 43, 18, 9, 4, and 17. Okay, so there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so I have 12 observations there. Let's calculate their mean and median. Again, doing it by hand would be easy, but let's do it using our calculator. Okay. So I'm using a TI-84 here. The same ideas will work on a TI-83 as well. Okay. So we're going to be working in the stat function. So I'm going to hit stat and then edit. So I'm going to edit a list. Okay. And it's a little hard to see. Let me see if I can zoom in just a little bit. Okay, it's not super well focused, but you can at least see the list function. Okay, I'm editing L1. I've got junk in there already. I'm going to clear it out, so I just arrowed up, hit clear, and enter, and now my list is empty, and I can enter those values. So I'm going to enter 12, 42, 16, enter 25, enter 37, enter 43, enter 18. Enter 9, enter 4, enter 17. All right. So now I've got that all entered in there, and now I'm just going to do the calculation. And I'm just doing something called one variable statistics. Okay. So they're already, all the values are entered in the list. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to stat, and this time I'm going to do a stat calculation, and I'm just going to hit enter because I want the one variable stats there. Right. You hit enter. Okay, my data is all in L1, so I'm going to hit enter. I'm going to ignore the frequentist parameter there, and then hit enter again, calculate, and there we go. All right, first thing right there at the top, we see X bar is 22.3. There's my mean, right? Okay, now there's lots of other information here. Some of this will be really useful when we're working with measures of spread, the standard deviation and the quartiles. Those will show up too, but rolling down, SX is a standard deviation. We'll use that later. Tells us n equals 10. That's our number of observations. And then just still going down, there's my median. My median is 17.5. Okay. You can see some other values there too. There's a Q1 and a Q3. Those are things called the quartiles, and we'll work on those in topic 9. Okay, that's how we find means and medians using our TI calculator. Okay, if you don't have access to the TI calculator, the Desmos app is a really nice resource. So Desmos, D-E-S-M-O-S, you can download it on your phone. It's available for both Apple and from the Google Store, the Android devices, so you can feel free to use it there. I'm going to use it on my desktop, so I'm going to switch screens. Okay, And I'm going to open up a new tab. I'm going to go to Desmos. Okay, and I'm going to start graphing. Okay, and if you open up the app, you get something that looks like this on your phone. Okay, it might be that the keyboard shows up automatically for you. On the desktop, it doesn't. I got to kind of click on this here to bring up my desktop. And then there are functions, and there's some stats functions. And you see there's a median function, and there's also a mean function. Okay, so it's pretty easy. I can say median, and then I can just enter my values. Right, 12, 42, 16, 25, 37. If you notice, it's actually calculating the median as I go, right? This is the median of those first 5 values, but I'm not done yet. I've got a 37, then I've got a 43, and then an 18, and then a 9, and then a 4, and then a 17. And there it is. Immediately it tells me my median is 17.5. Exactly what I was expecting, right? Okay, and I can go back here, and if I want the mean, I can just enter that instead, and my mean there is 22.3. Okay, so Desmos will do it for you well and very easily. Okay, again, Desmos, if you look under your functions, just as a preview, there is a standard deviation function on Desmos and also a quartile function, and you will find those very useful in topic 9 as well. Okay? All right, so there's our Desmos app. Okay, so let's try a spreadsheet then. All right? So when I say spreadsheet, I'm talking about something like Excel or Google Sheets. All right? So as a member of the UW Oshkosh community, I have access to Microsoft Excel online, and so that's where I'm going to go. So I'm in my email here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my app launcher here, and then there's an option for Excel, and then I'm going to get a new blank workbook. Okay. And maybe you've worked with a spreadsheet before. If you haven't, it's pretty basic. It's a table here. If I can make it a little bigger. No, not an easy way to make it big. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to enter my data here in the table here. All right, so 12, 42, 16, 25, 37, 43, 18, 9, 4, and 17. Okay. Now my data is all entered there, and now I can just do my calculations. I'll just take the cell, the box in the table right below my data, and I can do something as simple as say, I'll hit equals, and then I'll say I want the median, and then open parentheses, and then I'm just going to click and drag, and I'm going to select cells A1 through A10, okay, just by clicking and dragging. I hit enter, and there it is. And it gave me my median is 17.5. Okay? If I want the mean, I can do the same thing, equals, except they don't call it the mean here, they call it the average. So I say average, and then I'll click and drag, close parentheses, hit enter, and there's my average, 21.86. What did I do wrong? 12, 42, 16, 25, 37, 43, 18, 9, 4, and 17. Oh, see what I did? I grabbed the wrong data. I didn't want, let me see. Okay, so I'm going to delete equals average. I accidentally averaged in the median from the previous cell. So I'm just going to go from A1 through A10, close parentheses. There we go. 22.3, that's what we expected. Okay, So there's our mean and our median using a spreadsheet. Again, you'll find this useful on your homework, I think, when you're working with those topic 8 problems. Okay, one more. Rossman and Chance are the authors of our textbook, and they have a website with lots of applets on it. So let's try going there and using their applets to calculate mean and median. Okay, so I'm on our Canvas homepage, and we've got a module of course files and links, and here's the one that has the Rossman-Chance applet web page. I'll click on that. Okay, it says open in a new window. I will do that. Okay, and then the place we want to go is the descriptive statistics. Okay, and descriptive statistics, what you can do is you can cut and paste data or enter data in a box here. Okay, and then you can use the data, and then you can determine the mean and the median just by clicking the appropriate boxes. Okay, so let me go back to my data set that I just had in my Excel spreadsheet. Okay, so I'm gonna grab it. Okay, so those are my 12 data values. Okay, so grabbed it, did a Control-C or a copy if you want. All right, and then I'm going to go over to my descriptive statistics. Okay, I'm going to delete all this, and I'm going to paste mine here. So I'm going to do a paste. Okay, my data does not include a header. I didn't have a value. Oh, darn it! Got to do this again. Go to the data. My data does not have a header in it. There's no variable name at the top, so I just got rid of that. So there's my 10 data values. Okay, I'm going to use that data. Okay, made a nice dot plot for me. Okay, very boring data. And then if I ask it for the mean, I can click that box. Mean is 22.3. I can ask it for the median. Median is 17.5. So it gives me that that information. Okay. All right. So so there we have it. We've got our 4 different ways of calculating means and medians using technology. Use whichever one works best for you. Okay. And again, you should get the same answer no matter which tool you use. All right, great.